All right, here's a billion-dollar question. Okay, do I respect women? Yes or no? Big question. Do I respect women? In fact, I got this comment which by M. Carol, who I'll read out, and please don't hate on her. Okay, she has put a beautiful message. I'll read it out first. I came across your pages about 3 weeks ago. I found myself watching your channel over a snowed in weekend. I'm intrigued and fascinated with you, your topics, and most of your views. But sometimes you can be so brutal and disrespectful when you speak about women, big capital letters. It's so sad that in your culture, my culture, your regards for women are just about sucking a sausage, staying at home, being demoralizing, being a servant to a man, or in your shallow description, being worth nothing at all. Okay, I have a wife and small baby girl. So if this is true, then they should be worth nothing at all. Note, being kind goes a long way. And being 60 doesn't mean your life is over. And so what? 60-plus-year-old women are valuable, deserve to be respected, loved, and applauded, elevated, appreciated, and be kind to. Maybe with your platform, you should teach that. Great leadership is paramount. Carry on. She has said nothing wrong in her statement. I totally agree with her. Okay. But anyway, I'll address. First and foremost, thanks, Carol. I appreciate. And I don't disagree with a single thing what you said. Women should be respected. Women should be appreciated. Okay. But now I'll address the part which you said, in my culture, I don't respect women. See now, first things first is, see, you have asked me a question, do I respect women? If you ask any man, anybody on a public platform, or if you ask them privately, do you respect women? Which man is going to say, no, I don't respect women? No, women are a piece of shit. Whether it's a Muslim guy, whether it's a Christian guy, Hindu guy, whether it's a pedophile, whether it's a rapist, whether it's a serial killer, whether it's a criminal, whether it's a bad person, all of them will say, no, I respect. So that is the first thing that makes it challenging. I mean, how do I defend myself? Now, obviously, I can use reason by saying, see, I take care of my wife and children. But then there are these, they call them sex packs, sex tourists, who come down here to third world countries, and they're just looking to have sex with women, with underage girls, with small girls, with young girls, with old women. So now the question is, they treat their wife and children with love and respect, their daughters with love and respect, but they don't respect other women and daughters. Or let's say they take an adult, two consenting adults. I pay you money, would you like to have sex? Yes. So they both have sex where money is involved. So now the question is, does this man who goes for paid sex, does he respect women? So a man who goes for paid sex, does he respect women? Or let's turn the question on its head. A woman who engages in prostitution, does she respect herself? You can say that no, she doesn't, because she is engaging in having sex with multiple men. But then what if she is doing it because she has no choice? So here the main thing what we need to understand first is, what is the context in which we are saying what we are saying? That's the first most important thing. The second thing which is important is, now, for example, you took a statement, woman sucking on a sausage. The question is, on what context did I say that sentence? If you just take a sentence without giving context to it, it can be understood or misunderstood in so many ways. This is what the problem with the media is. Oh, he called her a bitch. He doesn't respect women. Oh, he used the N word, B word, C word, F word. For example, let's say you get a video clip, I said nigger. Example, I'm just giving an example. Now, if you just take only that clip, I'm just saying nigger. For example, you just take this clip, shit, Loy called the N-word. But now let's say, for example, the whole sentence is, you know, the rap artist, when he sang this song with the word nigger. Now imagine I gave the full, you got the full sentence. So before it was only me saying nigger, and then it is me saying the full sentence. The rap artist who sang this song with the word and then nigger. So it depends on what the context is. All right. So the third one is, it's the easiest thing to say, oh, in your culture they don't. And this is a challenge. For example, when I speak of the Western culture, for example, I'm giving an example. Let's say having a child born out of wedlock. Okay? It's very common in the West. Boyfriend, girlfriend met, they have a baby, 2-3 babies, and after some time they get married. But you cannot have this in Pakistan. You cannot have this in India. You cannot have this in certain Eastern countries. Why? Because they believe if you want to have sexual relations, marry, decide to commit to each other forever, then marry. And then you can have sex and children. Because for them, marriage is forever. At least the olden traditional, practices. That is why in India, they had this sati system, which was after the girl's husband dies, and when they cremate, set it on fire, the girl has to be burnt alive with the husband. She has to die. Okay, thankfully it has been outdated. So, when I said the Western culture, they are having many children out of wedlock, and it's normal for them. This is the truth of the majority. But that doesn't mean every Western person, every person in the West or US or UK, they have children without getting married. Many of them value the sacrament of marriage. Many of them are still conservative with getting married and doing things the religious way, or they follow a ritual. Okay. So when I do speak and I give a larger picture, there will be exceptions to the rule. There will be people who do not follow the norm. For example, when I say I'm Indian, I mean, you will not meet an Indian who is tattooed like me. You will not meet an Indian who has had a colorful history like mine. You will not have an Indian who stays in Thailand. It's very rare, all these combinations. 4 marriages, I mean, not normal, right? So if I were to say I'm Indian, oh, they're like, what? Which part of you is Indian? Yeah. But then when they look at, oh, he eats curry. Oh, his accent is, he has that Indian voodoo accent. Oh, he nods his head like this. There are certain, like a Chinese will sound like Chinese, look like Chinese. An African will look like an African, sound like an African, eat like an African. An Indian also same. A person from Australia, same. Person from USA is the same. That doesn't mean US or Australia is the international standard that everyone has to follow. No. Okay. Now, let me address the part of respecting women. Now, I have a wife, I have a daughter. I believe I treat them with love and respect. Now, obviously, the question comes, some people say, oh, he's making her work at home and he's telling her what to do. Her skill level, the job she can get is working in a factory or working as a laborer or working as a cleaner or working to cut trees. She'll get $3 for 8 hours of work or 9 hours of work. That's it. Or maximum, I doubt, but she can get up to $10. Now with me, if she stays with me, sitting at home, watching YouTube, sitting in the AC, I can earn $500 an hour if I get one client. So she just has to do some dishes and all. Which do you think she would prefer? And there are actual people who send her messages, oh, if he is harassing you, get a divorce. And the best part is I'm the one who has her passwords and all her accounts and all that. And I show it to her. She shows it to me and says, what is this? I'm like, just ignore it. Okay. So she doesn't want to work. It's like, meeting these Muslim women in France. And they keep saying, oh, these poor Muslim women, they are tortured and oppressed. They want to go free. There are some Muslim women who still want to wear the hijab and be covered from black. Like, sometimes I make fun of it and say it looks like a garbage bin or ninja. But some of them, they want that. They actually like that. They want to cover even their wrist. They don't want to show even their fingers. That is how they believe is, I'm empowered. And how they twist the argument, they say, I'm empowered. I will choose which man I show what. For a Muslim woman who believes in Islam and that, she calls this empowerment. While on the extreme end of the spectrum, you get women who walk around with their boobs hanging out and say, this is empowerment. Why should I cover my nipples? Have a look, enjoy. I'm showing, I'm confident, I'm empowered. So now which one is empowerment? Is it covering yourself fully? Is it exposing yourself? Or is it you choose which one you want? The answer is you choose what you want. But now here's the problem. If we choose what we want, is it appropriate? Like for example, I'll say I'm empowered. So I'll show my crotch and my balls. Okay, I'll go where there are families and children. I'll show my crotch and my balls. Because I feel empowered. It's like they say, freedom of expression. But now is it appropriate? Maybe in a nudist colony, this is appropriate. But for a non-nudist colony, it's not, right? Now, that is where you need to understand there are so many cultures, so many traditions, so many belief systems, so many people, so many lifestyles. So it's very hard to satisfy all of them. And like I told you, the most important thing, what is the context? Okay. Now, with regards to sucking on sausages and all that, as far as I can recollect, I was talking about, I think, my ex-relationship. I don't know, that's as far as I can recollect. Maybe I was talking about something else. Or when a woman cheats on a man and sleeps around, and then she thinks she can do anything she wants. So, you will have to identify the context. Not just take out one sentence. Like I said, that example, that word. You can take out one word and say, see? Okay. And with regards to the 60-year-old women, I'll tell you something which I'm pretty sure in your culture they don't do. I can openly challenge. Okay? At least even in, you're saying your culture, whatever. My wife's grandmother is 94 years old. I don't know how she's living. She is nothing but bones and skin. There's no flesh. She doesn't have any meat on her. She's completely shriveled. She's 94. She's nearly blind on both the eyes. She's nearly deaf. She has no teeth. She only can eat liquids. They give her with. Now she sleeps with just a cover. She's almost like naked and she literally sleeps. Lies down there. She has a complete hunch. She's nearly like, she can't walk. She's walking like this, okay? Now, the thing about her is, she poops and pisses where she is. She's lying down there, she will piss and shit there itself. And they have to clean it. This is maybe 3 times, 4 times a day. She's staying in the house. And they have the sister or daughter or someone. She'll poop and piss there itself. They have to clean her. They have to give her a bath. They have to feed her. She's like a baby. And they have been doing this for, I think, 15 years. Okay. And they continue doing it. And along with that, and that is something I can tell you one thing I wouldn't have the courage to do because I've never done it. I don't know how they do it. And whenever they go to meet her, the daughters and the granddaughter, they go, they put their head on her feet. She's made to sit down. They bow down the head which is the most sacred part. When a Thai person bows down, it shows that you're respecting a king or a god. They put their head on her feet and give her respect. And they pray. Sometimes they wash the feet with water and soap, and then they kiss the feet to show submission. My wife has done that to her mother and father. I have told my wife asked me, can baby pray? She didn't ask me to respect the mother and father. I said no. I told no, and then I saw my wife's expression. I told her, I want our baby, my daughter, to do exactly what you're doing. To wash the feet of your mother and father, to kiss the feet of your mother and father. And I want her to do that for you also. And if you feel she has to do it to me, she can. I'll not force it. If she does it, fine. Doesn't do it, also fine. But to the Thai tradition, to do it to you. And she'll go to a temple and she'll pray and respect her elders and all that. Why? Because respect is paramount. Now, if your theory was true that I don't respect a woman who's in her 60s, and why would I tell my wife to do that? Why would I ask her to do that to her parents and make my daughter also do that? In fact, if I didn't respect women and women, I mean the number of girls who come to me with their problems, I can take advantage of them. No? I'm telling you, the girls, the number of women who take my services, they obviously take my services because they're broken or they're hurting, and they're very vulnerable. Being a playboy for so many years, I can take advantage of this. Believe me, there are some of them are so vulnerable that if I ask them, send me the money, they will send me the money. If I ask a female, masturbate and show me on video, they will actually do that because they're so broken. They just want love, and some of them admire me like, I don't know, I can do that. I'm being honest. And in my younger days, when I was a playboy, females with broken relationships who were wanting to be loved, to feel special, they would come and have sex with me, sleep with me. They would pay me money and then say, it was always my fantasy to have someone like you, and I would oblige. But today it's a different phase, a different phase of my life, a different person that I am. Today, even if I can, there are girls who I can have sex with, paid. You just have to pay, I think less than $100, even less than that. And some are really attractive girls. They come from the village. They're very attractive, and nobody will know. I'm being very honest. I mean, nobody's watching, right? I can do it, right? And this is an adult. It's not a small girl. She wants money to feed her family. I have the money. She doesn't mind doing it. She just closes her eyes and just thinks, okay, this is just a job. I don't want to. Now please, that doesn't make me I'm a saint. No, I've done my shit. It's just that today, I don't want to do it. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm not telling you this so that you suddenly get an image, wow, Loy is such an amazing guy. No. Why am I sharing this? In fact, why am I even responding to this? Because your message made me realize that there are some people out there, especially youngsters, who might get the wrong message that Loy doesn't respect women. Fuck, that's cool. I'm sorry, that's not the way it's supposed to be. First, you have to respect yourself. That is important. And then you have to respect others. Now, obviously, it'll be a little hypocritical of me because I was a playboy, right? But like I've told you, my upbringing, my growing hormones, I mean, nobody was there to guide me. No rules. Do whatever you want. So I hope this kind of addresses the question. it all depends on the context you're looking at. For some people, I'm disrespecting my wife. For other people, oh, you're giving good life. For some people, being the man of the house is, wow, alpha male. Some others, it's, oh, you're being a male chauvinistic pig. For some people, asking my wife to work for me, give me food, and cook for me and clean the house is keeping a servant in the house. I'm treating her like a maid. For some others, wow, she loves you, you know. And where women are concerned, Sega, for some women, freedom or empowerment is being covered completely from head to toe in black. And they consider that respect. They consider that self-respect. While some other women feel, no, I can roam naked, show my breast, show my vagina, put my period blood all over. It's my body. So for them, that is empowerment. For some women, having sex with multiple guys, like there was this article, this female, her goal is to sleep with 500 men. That's her target. She's saying, I feel empowered. Like Cardi B, WAP, Wet Ass Pussy. That song she's saying is to empower women. So for some women, that is empowerment. Well, for some others, that is being a slut. Same way, if you flip the switch for men, some men sleeping around with different women is being cool stud. For some other men, they like, even Ben Shapiro, he did not have sex with any woman till he got married to his wife. And then finally, I mean, with all this talk of, you know, sex and physical, there are some women who never have sex with any man other than the one they love. But then they are irritating. They are dumb. They are absolutely, I mean, you can't talk to them for 5 minutes without getting pissed off. Same with men. There are some men who, like my stepfather, he only had sex with my mother. That was his wife. But he is the most abusive man I've met, in my life, the most abusive man. So does character come in? Does personality come in? I mean, so what is the perfect ideal man? Jesus Christ with the wallet of Bill Gates and the power of, let's say, Mohammed bin Salman? Is that the perfect man? Who is the perfect woman? Same, who has billions of dollars, character of Mother Mary and, I mean, looks of, let's say, some hottie. Like I told you, the context matters. I will admit one thing. I do have strong views on what a man should do and what a woman should do. And my views and my lifestyle and my culture, that template may not fit everyone. Everyone has their own. So, I guess end of the day, we should find out what works best for us. Like, I saw this video, Australian or American mother. She tells her 11-year-old daughter, open the door. And the daughter is not opening. So they take a video. She tells, open the door. She's with her boyfriend in the door. And she's closed. She wants her privacy. Just imagine the father's house. She's paying the bills. And this daughter is not listening. And they put her in the room. So the mother brings her brother. He brings his electric saw and he makes a hole in the door. And they say, yeah, now so much for your privacy. If it was me, this is not how I would operate. Throw her out. First and foremost, there's no go to your room, no private room. Second one, my house, my rules. Third one, obedience. And most important, if you dare disrespect me, get the fuck out. Go earn your own, work your own. Find out someone else will take care. That's me. Now some people are, oh, Loy, fuck, you're like animal. No, this is my rules. My house, I pay the bills. My rules. Like, you know, they have this, no, abortion kills children. Yeah, who will take care after the baby is born? Who will take care? You will take care. Government will take care. Free money. Who will get them love, attention? Is it only about just feeding and school? What about taking care? So I hope this answers your question. What's your name? Carol. Not angry with you. In fact, I appreciate you gave a well thought out response. I just hope this gives context. And for all the men and women out there who assume that disrespecting any members of the opposite sex, first is respect yourself. That's important. And second one is see if the other person deserves the respect. Yes or no. They have to earn it. Just as you have to earn their respect, they have to earn your respect. And then form your own rules, live your own life, figure out what works, doesn't work. Whether fully covered, whether, save yourself for one person or sleep around, or it's up to you. It's very hard to have one single template for everyone. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Agree, disagree, whatever. Alright? You guys take care. Me signing off. Chalo.